So in today's video, I will show you how to create your own specific automation into automating your emails and emails replies. And don't worry, we will not use any single bit of line of code because we're going to do everything with a non-code application called Make.com. So pretty much what is the idea that I'm trying to aim for is that I want to create an automation that focuses on when it comes to email coming into my email account, and then GPT is able to read that specific email, recognize the email, and then put that into a specific path, meaning labeling. And each of those labeling would be, for instance, as an example for a business, so such as like customer support, and where we will create a specific labels like the course content questions or career guidance and feedback and technical support, etc. Once from there, I want to create another GPT in which it will be able to reply to this email directly. I can do all this without writing a single code, everything done on the application called Make.com. So once we log into the Make.com applications, the first thing I want to do is I want to add the module called Watch Emails, which pretty much adds as a function of looking into your own emails and every single emails that comes in. So what I'm going to do is I already set up my account, and then I'm just going to click all emails that are coming into my folder. Once that's in, then I will just set up a simple filter, click the criteria of all emails, and then I want to have the maximum number of results, meaning maximum numbers of emails read by this automation is 1. Once that's done, then I can click OK, and then I want to run the test if it's connected. Everything is well connected, so we can move on further. Now, the next step is I will add on the OpenAI and then message an assistant, and then I will just add my own account. In here, what I will do is I will use my email classifying GPT-3 assistant, and then I will keep the role as a user, as well as the message. What I want to do is to GPT to be able to read the subject of the email. So subject, as well as the body of the email, as text content, which it will allow the GPT to understand what is the email about, and it's going to be able to classify it. Now, when it comes to image files, threads, and tool choices, I don't need to add because it's a simple setting. Now, this is my prompt version GPT assistant that I created earlier. So if you want to know exactly how to create your own GPT assistant, then click above to find out. Now, let's move on. Click on OK, and we just set up our own account. Now, based on our plan, what we want to do is we want to create actually a new module, which is a router, in which we will be able to connect other Gmail modules, and here it will be modify email labels. Now, when it comes to this module, it's pretty much going to take up the different labels that I created within the email in the past. So as you can see here, I have created different labels within my email, and then I can just add a new label whenever I want, and this will create specific sections for the AI to put the labels in. Now, when it comes to the message ID, here what I want to do is put down the Gmail message ID, and here what I want to do is I want to click the label that I want to be sent to. Once that's done, then what I want to do exactly is I want to replicate and duplicate the same pattern to every single emails out there. So what I can just do is to clone, connect, and then just change the label. Once that's done, then I can continue with everything else. So once that's already set up, then what we have to do is to take an important step, which is setting up the filters. So we go back from the beginning to the connection between Watch Emails and Message Assistant, and what we want to do is to set up a filter. So here is going to be filter out replies, and then here what we're going to do is actually select the subject of an email, as well as create as I don't want to be replies. Now also, as one of the most important steps here when it comes to text operators, what we want to do is to put as does not start with case insensitive. Once we press that, then we have set up our filter. So now once that's pretty much set up, is that all emails that are replies are not going to be targeted by our AI. And then from that, it will be able to send out the classification. Now, when it comes to the next step, we also have to understand the workflow. So pretty much the role of this GPT is to classify each label that we have created in the prompt. However, we need a certain filter that it will be able to filter out the emails into the right sections. So we have to add a specific filter with a label of that specific pathway that we want to create. So in this case, it would be advanced custom topics. Then the condition will be the result of the GPT equal to advanced custom topics. And then the same thing we want to do is we want to create a new filter based on the right pathway. So here, collaborations requests, condition, result, and then as well equal to collaboration requests. So once we already set up all the filters on and all the pathways, the best thing to do right now is to test if it's going to be able to filter out the emails that you're receiving. So I'm going to send myself an email. Then once the email arrives, what you want to do is click on run, and then you can see the automation process happening currently. And then we will see if it's going to be able to label the correct email. And as you can see, based on the results, it managed to catch the email that has been here. It managed to label the email, and then it was able to categorize the email with the right path. So once that step is done, let's create our own automatic responses. And here what we want to do is to add another module, and then here is to create completion of the GPT. And then in this section, what we want to do is we want to choose which model, which we will use the 3.5 turbo since the actions is not super big. Once that's created, then what we want to do is to click on the role, user, and then the text content. And here it's very important is to create your structurized prompt. I will create my prompt. So you are an assistant responding to an email. And then here we want to highlight the email. So subject of the email, as well as the body. So the AI will be able to understand what kind of email to write. Text, content. Now, next, generate a conscious and professional response, and then start with, and then here I will add an example of what kind of response do I want to provide. So for instance, dear, and then here I will add the sender's name, and then I will write the email. Once that's done, I will just submit, and then on the other side I will create another Gmail with a module send email. And then here, so when it comes to the email's address, I'll just write sender's email address. As a subject, I will just write re and then add subject. And then in the content, it will be the choices, message, content, and then save. And once that's done, I will have to repeat the process with every single module. So in order to connect, what I'm pretty much doing is I just clone the GPT module, and then I just go here just to change the type of example or type of response that I want to provide and respond with to the emails. So in case I just delete my previous one, then highlight the response that I'm going to use and then paste it over here in your response, connect it. And the same thing, I'm doing this to clone it with a Gmail module, connect it to the GPT. And then here what I have to do is I have to change the actions into the new module, which is choices, messages, and then content. Once that's done, then pretty much we have connected our whole automation, and this is how it looks like. So now we can go for it and see and test it. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to write myself an email with a technical problem. So this is an example of an email, and once the email has been sent, then I'm just going to click on run once, and we're going to see if this automation will be completed. Now what is going on? The classifying starts, then it's classifying the email, and then it has created a response. And then as you can see, I have created a response to the email fully and automatically, and this is how the whole process comes in. Everything went well. So there you go. This is how you automate your emails. And I hope you enjoyed and this helped you to understand exactly how to use Make.com applications and even what is the power of the Make.com automations. And this is fully without a code, just play around with some bubbles. If you like those kind of videos, then please hit the subscribe button together with the notification. And if you like it, then I will try to do more of those kind of videos for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.